Hello, Jennifer Ship. Hello, Lava Bison. Hello, Rick. Hello, Ma. Everybody, pardon the, hair and stuff. I'm gonna make a confession right now. I'm not especially a morning person. I mean, I like mornings because I like coffee, but I don't like to get up early. So, I had made an appointment with the electrician to come this morning. He said he'd be here in the morning. And I didn't sleep like half the night because I was afraid I was going to oversleep and miss him and be rude and be like, I was sleeping, and that would be so rude. So I didn't sleep very much last night. And then he did get here right at like 11:30. So it's like, well, we're going to have to postpone the live. But on a bright note this morning, thanks to Jennifer Ship, I'm enjoying a new brew. That's right, we've got the old River Rock brew and the Northern Lights brew here. Thank you, Jennifer. And cheers to that. So let me get my cup because it's going to be dysfunctional today. Hi, Rick. Because I'm chasing my tail this morning, trying to get all of the electricians and the everybody talked to. So I started my live with my cup over there. Cheers, everybody. Hey, Ryan, welcome. The best part of waking up is Northern Lights in your cup. Good morning, Julie, or afternoon if it is that where you are. Let's see, you're at 12:30 on the dot, aren't you there? So noonish for you. So as I said, Jennifer did send me a little package, and I've got a couple of rocks from her that we'll look at. Also, Topher and Sue from Topher Spin Meteorites sent me a little package, and I've got some rocks from that package also to look at with you today. I do actually, really. That one's almost gone. Like, the only reason it looks still kind of full is because my my handmade lilac wood spoon is in there. My measuring device. You guys remember when I went to I did a ranch work in exchange for rocks, and I went out to my ex-mother-in-law's branding and helped them brand cows in exchange for getting to go for rock walks out there that afternoon. She likes to do a branding gift every year to people who come out. Mine's got a little chip in it. Never mind the little chip, okay? It's still my favorite spoon for measuring my coffee. But yeah, it's got a little N on it for their ranch name. And was made out of the lilac wood from the ranch. Lilacs, you guys, like, how often do lilacs even get big enough stalks on them that you can, turn spoons and things out of them? So yes, the only reason this bag doesn't look like it's almost gone already is because the spoon is still in there. I've been drinking the heck out of it. Yeah, it's really good. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, so back on track with rocks now that we went on a wood spoon rant. Thank you. It is a cool spoon. And hello, Jahik. Oh, it's so good. Hey there, Rufo, and welcome. So, like I said, it's a little bit dysfunctional. I'm sorry. Josh, welcome. Hi, everybody. Just a little dysfunctional over here because I didn't have time to get all the rocks and things ready for the setup because I was talking to the electrician this morning. So, let's get that done now. Let's grab some of these goodies. And let's talk about it. Woohoo! Can I get it all in one hand? Oh, come on. I think I can. Okay. Look at the smile on my face. Does it make you guys smile too to know that I'm smiling like this? So Jennifer must have also got out the day that I went out rock hounding, like that one nice day that we had for a Yellowstone hunt. And she found a couple of little finds there on, it said, you know, Yellowstone River, March hunt, which had to have been just a little bit ago. So I'm gonna put those in the tumbler. It's funny because they kind of smell like the river. Also, for the channel, she sent some bells. Well, and for my door. I don't know if you guys know or not, but there's bells on the door, on my front door. And there's bells on the back door too, but they're just not as loud. It's like a thing here, you know, we do the bells on the door. And then anytime I do any recording and somebody accidentally does the door and we hear it later, like if the video's playing or I'm editing, anytime anybody in the room hears the door bells, they look at the door, even if no one actually came through the door, even if it was just on the video. But she sent some bells that I did put on the front door, and then she sent some bells too that I just put on the channel bell, on the dinger bell. She sent some rough Ohio flint for me to tumble, and she sent some already tumbled Ohio flint. So, hi Patricia. I want to show you guys. Oh, Ma's making jewelries today. I want to show you guys. Oh, Soul is here too. I almost didn't see you, Soul. Welcome. Let's look at these first so that you kind of know what we see in the rough too when we get there. Maybe I should turn you guys around and have a look at these. We might get a better look at them that way. Oh, my thing wasn't ready. Sorry. Told you today was going to be a little bit of a wreck. Like I say, I really wasn't as prepared for today as I usually am or like to be, because we were doing house maintenance things that needed to be done. All right. These are the polished Ohio flint pieces that she sent. Like, ooh, exactly. And an ah, and an ooh, and an ah. There's one piece. Here's another one. They're beautiful material. Hey, Daniel. Welcome. Okay. Something else, huh? Yes, Soul, I agree. Yeah. Awful pretty stuff. Says 17. This one or this one? Oops. I don't see a 17, do I? 17. What are you talking about? Mm-hmm. On the back. Mm-mm. Still don't see it. Chubby sees it. I don't see it. Yeah, and the contrast between them, Jennifer. I love it. Thanks, Ma. So those are what this material has hiding in the rough. So now let's go ahead and dig into that. Like here's a little, you know, probably gonna look a little like this material up here. Hey there, Betty. Welcome. Oops, and I dropped it. So I'm excited about that. That actually inspired me to want to put some, hi Kiersey, made me kind of want to put some of my my stripedy pieces in the tumbler too. Flint plus chirk equal flint to me. Exactly. Yeah, buddy. Oh, that's gonna be so cool. Whew. Yeah. Does everybody see what I see? A little bot pocket. There's another one. Tiny little bot holes. I'm saving some of the more interesting pieces here for last. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's gonna be pretty. And that little bit right there, that like gray line running through there, I imagine will probably look a little bit more like that. Maybe more that like yellow-brown pattern. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so pretty. Yeah, me too, Jennifer. And one more. Oh, you guys. There's Druzy in there, and it's pink. And you know I'm saving the best for last. Look at that. What is on my finger? I don't know. Look at that. Oh, ho, 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 ho. How? Oh, how. Sound like ZZ Top there for a second. All right. But isn't it not worth like a how? Mm-hmm. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so if you're not excited about that, I don't know if we should be friends because those are darn pretty. I'm pretty excited about it. All of it. So those are some of the goodies that Jennifer sent. And like I say, I got some goodies from Topher and Sue. Excuse me. Cheers and stay hydrated. We'll jump right into the weirdness of all of this so that I can explain, because I actually didn't really explain what is the Bolide Bros Bungalow. I said it a couple of times on that meteorite video that I just put out for the NWA 869. And I never really explained what that is. Those of us in the know what that is and why that's interesting. Excuse me, as I just set these aside. I wonder, at least the tumbling rocks, if they're shaping in the cabbing machine done and I don't have to do it today. Rocks got their shaping on the cabbing machine done, and I don't have to do it today. What are we doing there, Ryan? Them's wowza nice, Jennifer, says the bison, for sure. So, I am a huge fan of Meteorite Mansion cutting dust. And there was no Meteorite Mansion this year. Instead, there was the Bolide Bros bungalow. And awesome. I will check that out, Ma. We've joked that some of the places that we've rented for the Meteorite Mansion have been maybe more like what was the one they were calling it? The Regmaglyph Ranch, because it was a little less like a mansion and more like a, anyway. So what they do every year is all of the meteorite nerds, when it's time for the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show, get together, pool their money together, and rent a mansion or a nice sized, Airbnb sort of thing. And instead of going home every night or to your hotel room every night and sitting there by yourself, they go to the mansion every night and cut and polish and look at things underneath of a microscope together and geek out. But so whatever's the hot topic this year, whether it's carbonaceous or whether it's, chondrites, whatever, the lunar, whatever, that's going to be what most of this cutting dust is whatever the hot topic was this year. But they run the saws the whole time they're there. Obviously, cut at the Bolide Bros bungalow is a theme you'll see this year. And that's just like I say, that was the alternative this year to the Meteorite Mansion. So I have others of these that are Meteorite Mansion dust from 2024 or Meteorite Mansion dust from 2023. And that's literally at the end of the stay, when they are done staying there, they empty out the saws, and that's all meteorite dust. They don't cut rocks on their saws, they cut meteorites. So anyway, I have a small collection of that, and I was a little sad that they weren't going to do a Meteorite Mansion this year, even though I probably couldn't make it anyway. But the alternative of the Bolide Bros bungalow, where Topher and Chris Monk stayed together, was to me, space dust was to me that, like, I need to have that in my provenance that year that there was no mansion, but instead there was a Bolide Bros bungalow. Like I say, we've come up with other creative names for some of the meteorite mansions. Like I say, the Regmaglyph Ranch. So I actually just got done making a video about 869, NWA 869, about what a beautiful meteorite it is and how much of it there is available, all of that. So when we say, I mean, you guys know, you guys do rocks, but when we say end cut, we mean just that. We mean either it was a piece that was cut in half or it's the end cut of the stone. And in this case, it probably was a little individual cut in half, right? But it's beautiful. And so with this piece, you get to see the outside. It is a cool little display, isn't it? Here's your whole stone, your little individual whole stone. Jeff, what's up? What a lovely little piece, isn't it? It almost looks like a little deer dropping or something, but yeah, definitely a meteorite. I like his little contraction crack right there. Nice little space rock. So we're going to stuff him back in his cute little hole. And then obviously a slice would be sliced on, both sides. And it is, in fact, cut and polished. Ooh, look at that big ass chondrule up there. Whew, excuse my language, but hello. Look at that thing. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. You see it right there? It's humongous. Holy shoot. I'm a sucker for a big chondrule. Well, you guys know that just as far as rocks go, that I love things with eyes, right? Just this is the handiest one I have. I love things with eyes or orbiculars or anything like that. And so it's really no surprise that I'm a chondrite fan, that I love the little circular things that are inside of meteorites. But there is a thing called a megachondrule, which is just a huge chondrule. And I mean, I don't know if I'd go so far as to call that a megachondrule, but that's a pretty big chondrule. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm a sucker for a big chondrule. I'm a sucker for a pretty chondrule too. If they are, yeah, right. Oh, right eye light. Yeah, exactly, ma. Sometimes chondrules will be like blue or teal or orange or red. Sometimes there's super beautiful colors like stained glass window colors too, and that'll kind of turn me on as well. But yeah, that's sick. That fat chondrule up in the top there, that was awesome. So yeah, no two pieces of 869 are exactly alike, but you can kind of tell what you're going to get. You know you're going to get that kind of lithology, good mix of chondrules and metal when you get an 869, which is not always the case. I can assure you there are such thing as ugly meteorites, but 869 is not an ugly meteorite, and it's affordable. So you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with an 869. Like I say, it's hard to pick favorites, but I have never seen an 869 that I don't like. Oh, goodness. Up next. What's up next? Sure, we'll go with these two next. So, NWA would stand, whoops, it's just a little off screen for you guys, sorry, would stand for Unclassified Northwest Africa. And then anytime you see an X, it really just is restating that it's unclassified. So it could even just say NWAXXX. That just means that it has not been classified and has not been given a classification number. However, we can look at this with our eyes and say this is a probable ordinary chondrite. OC stands for ordinary chondrite. There's all kinds of little acronyms. NWA, OC, DSM, which stands for dog meteorite. I'm not joking. It's not an official term. DSM or dog crap meteorite is not an official term. Thank you, Bison. But it is a made-up term that we use to describe meteorites that are not pretty. Let me ring the bell for Bison really quick, you guys. Aw, thank you so much. I appreciate your guys' support. Don't forget to hit the like button. That's free. You guys can do that for free. And again, I appreciate so much the support. So this is a really nicely fusion crust. Again, it's not classified. It's rather uninteresting. I mean, there's so many ordinary chondrites out there that why go classify this piece? Unless you had a bunch of it and you were hoping to make a little bit better money off of it by having it classified. But otherwise, we can clearly tell that this is a meteorite. It's got a nice fusion crust on this whole one side. You look on the other side and you can see these little rusty spots are just exactly that, where the nickel iron is rusting in this meteorite. And do we see any chondrules in there? Yeah, maybe. So, I mean, in the future, we might come through and polish this side of this and see what it looks like polished. Or maybe just this side of it or something, But in the meantime, that's a really, really neat little example of fusion crust. You can get the light and the angle just right. You can almost imagine like that it was, moving and that all of this, again, it's so thin. It's like thinner than your fingernail. Fusion crust is not thick. It's not like an eggshell. It's super thin. You can see compared to my fingernail how thin that is. And again, you can almost see how it was like all kind of pushing and beating up and moving kind of in one direction when you can get the light to hit it just right. Because why not? Thank you, Brian. You guys rock. I should be doing the things with things, you know, I'm the only one who can put the heart in the corner. There we go. And I should do that too. Okay. So yeah, just an ordinary unclassified meteorite. We can clearly tell it's a meteorite. There's, you know, visual things that say, yeah, definitely. So there's no arguing that. I would put my name and IMCA number behind that as well and say, yes, that's definitely a meteorite. This again, unclassified Northwest Africa. It's probably a palisite. We can't say for sure, but I mean, come on. Yeah, we can. Can we say what kind of palisite it is? Can we say if it's a, you know, palisite ungrouped or main group or no, we can't. Not with just a visual examination alone. I was shocked when I looked at this. I do not have a lot of palisites in my collection. I do have a nasty, ugly piece of Saracho that's whole and that you could see the outside of. It does not look like sand grainy like this. This shocked me. That grainy texture in the crust of this, I was like, what is going on? I can see that's probably an olivine inclusion. Thank you, Chubby Hubby. I'm with you, fellas. You guys are great. Aw, thank you guys so much. Yeah, I want to dig into that under the microscope and maybe even with the saw blade. And I imagine that this is highly weathered and that there's probably the metal doesn't even probably look metally inside anymore. It's probably such a small weathered little piece that a lot of the metal has probably been terrestrialized and turned into some kind of a hematite, more of a hematite looking stuff. So instead of being like we expect a palisite to look inside with that chrome iron nickel look, I imagine that this is probably just a little bit more weathered and may have a slightly more dull appearance inside. So, but it'd be fun to find out, wouldn't it? So there's that little sweetie. So those are the two that had the NWA labels on them that we can just kind of shoot and guess there. This one actually does have a label, and it's got a great label. And it's the stuff of my nightmares. You guys are great. Okay, so achondrites. Let's talk about achondrites for just a second. This is an NWA eucrite melt breccia. This does have a number, 15923. Now, if you look that number up, it's going to give you all of the science that was done on this, right? That it's composed mostly of this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 and it plots out on this, that, and the other terrestrial, you know, whatever, however the science they do, okay, right? But this crap freaks me out because this looks like earth rock to me. I actually have another achondrite that almost looks like a piece of petrified wood. So, yeah. Achondrites are the things of my nightmares because I would pick this up and throw it back. Almost every achondrite that's out there, any lunar, any Martian, anything that doesn't have that signature nickel iron metal throughout and chondrules throughout just does not equate to me. It does not look like a meteorite to me. There are guys that are so into achondrites that they can look at them just like we do our rocks and be like, yo, that looks exactly like, am I not seeing the memberships? No, but I'm seeing everything else. Are you guys doing membership thingies too? I'm seeing the everything else. I'll ring my bell for memberships then. if Rick says we're doing them, I believe we're doing them. Yeah, it was happening to somebody else on YouTube the other night too, wasn't it? Anyway, achondrites to me are the stuff of my nightmares, and there are guys who love their achondrites so much that they can literally look at this material just like you and I do and be like, hey, that looks exactly like you know, LSA, or that looks exactly like you know, graveyard, or that looks exactly like Oregon Sunstone, or that looks exactly like, I mean, there are so many rocks that we can name and we know for sure that like that's exactly where that material came from. I guarantee it. There are guys in the meteorite world who love their achondrites so much that they can pick them out of a lineup like that. That is not me. Achondrites are the stuff of my nightmares. I can't get my head around it. But that is a meteorite. That is a eucrite meltbreccia. Doesn't look like a meteorite to me, but I promise you it is. Science has tested it and they know it is. Okay, moving on. I have 2 more meteorites and then we'll look at some normal rocks. Good. I'm glad to know that there were some good rock stars caught in the membership giving, even though you are correct, not seeing the membership giving this afternoon. So pardon the lack of enthusiasm for that. I am enthusiastic and excited about it. I just don't know that it's going on. So here is just, again, a little unclassified ordinary chondrite. No label needed. I can clearly see that this is thank you, Daniel. I can clearly see that that's a chondrite. So that was just sent to me in a little baggie. It's a birthday gift from Topher and Sue. But it's cool. Again, the little rusty spots, and I'm going to ring the bell really quick before I talk anymore about how cool this is. For the little bit of ZZ Top and the awesome space rocks. Thank you, Daniel. Oh, goodness. Yes, yes. So this little round blebby guy that we see sticking out here, he is what we call a 3D chondrule. We call him a 3D chondrule because he sticks up, like you could almost pop him like a little pimple, because he sticks up off the surface of this meteorite like 3D, right? So he's obviously not a metal bleb. He is obviously a round chondrule. Again, chondrules are just the little round things that make up meteorites, chondrite meteorites. Again, there's no chondrules in an achondrite. But again, chondrites like NWA, you see the round chondrules in and amongst the metal blebs, right? So this is a great little piece with a little 3D chondrule right there. That might be one right there too, but that also might be a little metal bleb. So this one might be really fun. There's a little chondrule right there. This one might be really fun to polish one side of. How does that not burn off? That is a good question, Daniel. I have a feeling that it has to do with that this was probably a bigger piece of a bigger rock that bollighted, and as it did so, it did really close to the ground, and so it didn't have a lot of time, and it was probably oriented maybe this way. So boom, it breaks off of a bigger piece, so now we have this fresh face with things like 3D chondrule blebs and things sticking out, and it only falls through the atmosphere for another second or 2 tops before it finally slows down enough to just gently come to rest on the ground, right? And then what also may have happened is that this piece, when it did land, let's say it did land, and then some animal came by and kicked it and stood it up like this or whatever, and then it buried down into the sand a little bit. And so the wind and the sand came through and kind of polished and ablated the top of this, but the bottom of it stayed in really pretty good shape. So there's a number of explanations as to how something like that can survive. Again, that trip through our atmosphere is fast. It happens fast. And so a lot of like the fusion crust and stuff that we see, like I say, is so thin and only on the outside of the meteorite, because that burning thing you see happens in the blink of an eye, you know, tops couple seconds. I mean, they're zooming. So again, that fusion crust just I mean, it only has a few seconds as it's zooming through our atmosphere before it slows down enough to stop burning. And then some of this stuff is weathering. So let's say that these were all big piece and they were sitting in the desert or somewhere, and it got a little bit wet in there, and then it froze. And the freezing can push the pieces apart terrestrially on the ground. So that fracture may have started up in the atmosphere but finished on the ground. So there's lots of different explanations. Lots of science. We got one more goofy rock to look at, and this last one made I literally strapped the optivisor on my head and sat here for, I don't know, Lava probably has a better idea of it, an hour looking at this thing going, what in the hell is going on here? I do not understand. And so I'm really glad that tonight is meteorite night so that I can ask the crew, what the shit is this? I do not understand this at all. What is that? Is it a big contraction crack? Is it a big melt vein or shock vein? What is that? Is it metal? What the crap is that? And why is it in there in a big line? We don't see lines in meteorites very often. What is that? It's definitely a meteorite. It's definitely not an earth rock. And there's a nice little metal bleb there that, you know, you can see reflecting lots of metal blebs actually. What is that though? Mm-hmm. Brian and Chubby Hubby are having interesting conversations. Look, a little regmaglyph, or a little, those are like little dimples that are kind of shaped like a finger imprint in a clay. So there's a little regmaglyph on the outside of this stone here. There's another little regmaglyph. But yeah, what is that? I know you guys probably don't have any better answer for me than to just go, what? So like I say, I am really glad I didn't get this like on Thursday morning or something and have to wonder for an entire week. I got this just a couple nights ago, and I am totally going to ask the meteorite crew tonight to please explain to me, WTF is that? And why is it there? And what is it doing there? And what is it? And why? I don't understand. It's a beautiful little chunk of unclassified NWA probably. And then why do so many meteorites come from Northwest Africa? Excuse me. Oh, that coffee is so good. Why? Because let's just pretend that this black mat that this meteorite is sitting on is sand in the desert. And that there's lots of sand, so they stand out. Exactly, Ryan. Let's just pretend that. They stand out like a cue ball on a pool table, don't they? You just can't miss them. There's not a lot of other rocks around. Now you come to the Rocky Mountains of Montana and you put said meteorite in amongst the Rockies, and all of a sudden it gets a hell of a lot harder to find, doesn't it? I mean, it's still there, but now you have so many more other options that you need to stop and look at that you may never find that one. That's a reason of why so many meteorites come from Northwest Africa. There are other what is called dense collection zones where a lot of meteorites come from. And so for the most part, when meteorites fall, we'll give them a name for where they fell, such as Gold Basin or Shoto. Or when they fall in Australia, they get super goofy names like Camel Donga, because they're often named for the nearest donga or outlet or watering hole instead of town, because there may not be a town or a post office nearby to name it after. So instead of getting a name, they'll get a dense collection zone name and number, like NWA, which again stands for Northwest Africa. Or there's like Check 001, Check 002, Check 3, Check 4, 5, 6, and 7. I wouldn't be surprised if someday they start doing that like at the Great Salt Lakes, because they're starting to get quite a few finds on the dry Salt Lake beds, and you can only name it, the Salt Lake find for so many times before that gets really confusing. And so, I wonder how many more Salt Lake finds is it going to take before we just start numbering them? Great Salt Lakes 004, Great Salt Lakes 005. But anyway, that's why. That's a brief explanation as to why so many meteorites come from Northwest Africa, because they're easy to find there. They stand out like a cue ball on a pool table. All right. Gosh dang, those flints, those Ohio flints that Jennifer sent are just, gosh dang, electric. Okay, let me grab another quick sip of my coffee here. And I have a cut rock or two to show. Again, excuse me, for I was not ready. Oh, my nose is running as it's getting chilly in here. It is not nice outside. My back porch is solid ice. All right, back to the rocks. Thanks for hanging through the meteorite show and tell. Hopefully it wasn't too out of this world for you guys. Okay, so Lava Bison cut the purple conglomerate rock, the head cheese rock, the other day. And it inspired me to grab, I'm trying to turn it over. It inspired me to grab this conglomerate off the back porch that a porch rock that I've had for how long? For so long. So, yeah, the head cheese rock was super fascinating, so I decided it would be kind of a cool thing to see what was going on in this one. So here's our end. Still got some, native wildlife stuck to it, but that's okay. And there's our first cut. What are you doing, weirdo? I like the green and purple, and some of it's super flashy. Like that one's flashing. It's not doing it. Yeah, it is. I was going to say it's not doing it very good on camera, but it is doing it. Thank you, Josh. Now, I did see that. Oh, that he's been a member, though. I'm going to ring the bell anyway, because that's the first membership notification I've had all day. I see that. Thank you, Josh. Yeah, you guys who are members are especially awesome. I appreciate it. Again, that's not everyone's way of doing things and helping the channel. Sometimes just your watch hours and your likes and all of that stuff is more than enough. But when you guys go the extra mile like that to stay members and to gift memberships and to do the supers and the chats and things, it really does mean the world to me. It allows me to do a lot more of this stuff and not worry so much about things like the electrician. Oh. And yeah, to just keep getting better and doing better stuff. Like, I'm so excited I want to go back just real quick, interrupt real quick. I know we're looking at this super cool conglomerate rock over here, but I do want to remind you guys that I got a really cool meteorite the other day from Chris Monk. Now I can't find it. Is it wrapped up in that bag? Oh, here it is. And I'm excited to polish the other side of this with you guys. Like, this thing is freaking stunning. Stunning. And when we polish the caliche off of this side of this piece, it's going to be so cool. So, again, you guys just helping me to keep doing stuff like this. That's, I'm excited to see what's in there, aren't you? I'm sure you are. We were excited to see what was in here too, right? So we got, some little shiny bits, some white bits. I like the little white bits too. I like the little blue and green bits. Blue one here. Yeah, thanks for swinging on your break there, Josh's. Look at all the color in there. Looks like a fish or something. Kind of spotty. Again, I like the white. I like the green. Get this one too. There we go. Gosh, it's cool. Oh, yeah, that's a fun one. Okay, here's another piece of it. Not as much flashy stuff in that one, but like, what's that? Let's wet it and have a look. What? Shut the front door. What's going on in there? Get these out of the way so we don't make shadows. What the heck? So I was suggesting that we call the other conglomerate rock the Crazy Quartz rock, but we might have to call this one the Crazy Quartz. Oh, and Soul Adventurist had mentioned calling it Cosmic Quartz. So maybe we could call one of them Cosmic Quartz and one of them Crazy Quartz, but we may have to, really imply the head cheese rock name on the other one because this thing is cool too. Like I say, I love those little greens and the blues and the whites. The whites even are popping and kicking. It's just, yeah, who knew? And that rock had just been sitting out on my porch for how many years? Here's a big like feldspar patch. You'll see if we can get it to throw light. Let me look at it with my eye. My eye thinks maybe this way, kind of. No. The camera does not see what the eye sees. Okay, that's going to be a little pretty spot. Let's do it. Yeah. Right? Look how spotty that thing is. Look at all the spots in it. Yeah, there's like rocks inside of rocks inside of rocks in this thing. It's conglomerates are cool. But yeah, how spotty is that one? Like just and there's this kind of carries through a couple pieces, and it was in one of the first pieces that I cut off, and I was like, what is that? I like the blues and the greens and the whites, and it's pretty crazy. And the next one I had to show you is one that was in our mystery box from Brian and Julie, and it's a wowzer rock as well. So stay tuned for that, because that's coming right up. We've got 3 pieces of the 3 slices and an end cut left of this, and then I'm gonna probably run and grab a quick bio, and then we'll come back and look at Brian and Julie's rock that I cut. Just wow, you guys. Just wow. Look, there's a heart in it. Do you see the heart? Oh my goodness, it's adorable. Not quite enough on that finger to wet it. Some kind, yeah, Montana pudding, exactly. Yeah, Jeff. Some kind of a prairie conglomerate that I found a while ago and just got around to giving a cut to. Almost have enough water to finish. And there's a good feldspar flashy piece. Boom, 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 you guys, get flashed. There we go. See, I told you some of that stuff was doing it. And then there's that like super polka dotty stuff. What is it? I almost need a new water bottle over here. That one's spotty. That one's spotty. Like, that one's spotty. Pardon my slurp. But I just can't get enough of that coffee. Yeah, what in the hell? That's pretty cool. Look at that one. If I hold it straight up and down, it's got enough squirt left in it. I love it. It just looks like a dang party, doesn't it? Like somebody just took some confetti and said, woohoo! A little sprinkle of the white ones, a little sprinkle of the blue ones. Last slice. Again, this was the first slice that I got to see, and I was like, what is going on? So literally when I pulled the end cut off the saw, this is what was left looking at me. And I was like, yeah, cut it some more. I love the like ultra pale white, like just stark white little chert chunk or whatever that is right there. Here's the other side. Again, it's flashy. There's feldspar flashes here, there, everywhere. There's a little guy right there that's flashy. There we go. I looked at that and that under the microscope, and both were pretty cool. Look, there's red. Yeah, so I think when we're out hunting this summer, we're gonna probably have to keep our eyes out for more of these Nido Bambito conglomerate rocks. Because they're just, they're too cool. And here's the end cut. Again, the first cut that I took off. This was our first peek at what we were getting into. And we were over here like, cut, 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 cut. Yes, cut it. That's not a very mallowy marshmallow, but I do like it. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys just look at that for a quick second while I go grab a bio break, and then like I say, when I come back, we also cut an AZ rock. It's not their typical stuff that they cut. Oops. I believe it's a fire agate with minus the fire. Like, I'll leave this little weirdo for you to look at while that's the rock I cut that we're gonna look inside, and I promise you it's not boring. It looks boring, but also kind of looks like, I don't know, like or bunny teeth. I don't know. It's kind of a weird one. Couple of, I don't know, little fingers sticking out. Anyway, I'm not going to turn it over and show you. It's a surprise for when I come back from my bio break. Da-da-da-da! Says Chubby Hubby. Okay, so have a gander. Have you guys selves a gander at that while I go fill my cup up and have a quick bio break. I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, the biggest, fattest snowflakes just rolled in. We never get big, fat snowflakes. We always get that tiny, stings your skin as it blows in at 90 miles an hour stuff. The big stuff's kind of pretty, isn't it? All right, okay, I'm filling my cup up. I'll be right back. Sorry. Tangent. Tangent bees. Ooh, I do have all of this stuff too I forgot about. Oh, I forgot my coffee. Shoot, I left it sitting on the chair. Okay. I'm going to switch gears really quick. I do promise we're going to look at that and that it is worth waiting for. That rock was a sleeper or a creeper or whatever you want to call it. Because I was like, from the outside, it didn't look very exciting. But when you cut into that, it was a whole nother thing. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I do want to switch gears just real quick. Let's look at some of the stickers that Sue put on my package. And then, like I said, I do promise we will circle back around and look at AZ's rock. And I need to go get my coffee. Oh, look, I lava you so much. Lava bison. Happiness is a box of rocks. Rock always wins, by the way. If you're playing rock, paper, scissors, rock always wins. Ask me about my rock collection. I'm a rock star. Rock and roll. Just one more rock. Schist happens. I'll never take you for granted. Oh, some of these are very adult. And I love them too. Like this one. Oh, God. This one. Fight me, coward. Live, laugh, toaster bath. Bigfoot doesn't believe in you either. I say that all the time. What else? Let's turn it over. Did I show you guys all my address and hers too? Probably. Oh, well. Some of these are a little better. A little more appropriate. I love this one, though. It's not hoarding if it's agates. Stand back. I'm going to try geology. Yeah. They crack me up. The stickers crack me up. She just goes all out and it's just the best. There was one more that, oh my God, there was more than one more that just absolutely cracked me up, but oh my gosh. Anyway, she goes all out, you guys, when she does packages for sure. I've lost an electron. Are you positive? Come on. So punny. I have in this bag from Sue in my possession right now a bunch of meteorite jewelry, tektite jewelry, and there's a couple of little earth rock things in there as well. But this is all stuff that's listed on the Etsy under Topher Spin and under PrairieGirlRocks on Etsy under Topher Spin. So it is for sale online, but she sent it physically to me so that I could show you guys these. And if you guys are interested, you don't have to pay all the extra stupid fees and stuff, right? So sometime in the very near future, I really want to go through these with you guys and give you guys, you know, first dibs opportunity to get these without all those extra fees and stuff. A lot of it is Sue's material. Like that's a meteorite necklace in there, and that's Sue's meteorite, or Sue's tektite. But I can give you guys a break on the price. So we should soon, very soon, go through some of this stuff and have a jewelry sale. Because there's actually some really neat stuff in there. Really, really neat stuff. So I actually forgot I had that because, again, this morning was all about seeing the electrician rather than planning what I was going to do on my live today, which I usually try to have a little more figured out than I did today. But we're doing fine. But yeah, I've got those in my possession. We should have a sale and have a look at those. Because there is some really neat stuff in there. Okay, I promised. I promised we would look at Brian and Julie's rock. We agree that it kind of looks like fire agate minus the fire. Thanks for stopping in, Josh. At least that little chunk of it, I'm not showing you a whole heck of a lot to work with there on making that decision, am I? Let's see if I can piece her back together a little bit. Give me just a second. I do feel as though I may be missing a piece of this, which could happen, I suppose. I pulled a piece out immediately and was like, claim! I claim that one. That one's mine. I think I put it back in here, but I might not have. Oh, let's see. Let's do this in order. There we go. I think I'm there. I'm definitely getting there. Okay. Okay, and we are there. Okay. I'm so excited to show you guys this. We got that at Round Mountain, where we go and collect the fire agate. Yeah. And it was a long piece. So let's, it was a long piece. Kind of a goofy little bugger. I'm going to just take him off again and set him over there. So I'm going to end with this one. So I'm going to take him over here, set him over here, and we're going to start here. So agree. It kind of looks like the fire agate, just, maybe not a lot of fire. And I promise it's not boring inside. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Never did find myself a new spritzer. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love, right? Like, look at that deep red bit down there. Thanks, Opal guy. And they just get prettier and prettier. I mean, oh my God, look at it. Oh, so sparkly. Of course, the sparkle goes away as soon as I do that, right? Oh my God, but then the lines pop, right? Wow. Told you guys it wasn't boring. Told you it was worth waiting for. I couldn't either. And so I handed it to Bison. I pulled a Julie. I handed it to Bison and said, go cut this. Don't even ask me which way. Just go do it. I love this bit down here where it gets so busy with the little circles and the spires and the... Right down the middle, ma. Yeah, buddy. So pretty. Look at that onyx chunk in there. See if it has crystals inside. They are UV reactive. Really? I know the red, isn't it beautiful? Really? There's a lot of sunlight coming through this window at this very moment, but look at how stunning. Get ready, because this and this are about to pop and be pretty. Yeah, we'll have to give that a go ski. Sorry, doing the drift. Oh, yeah. You can see it glowing. Definitely. That's cool. Just that one, though. There's a little up here. Let's see, what about this one? Not as much. And definitely not the little ender. We're just now getting into it. Wow. Very cool. This looks blue on the camera, but to my eye, it looks very white. But the green is very much so also in my eye, to my eye. So while that onyx looks blue under the UV, I think that's just the reflection of the UV. But the green is definitely a very real visual thing. Anyway, without the UV even, gosh dang, that's pretty. We'll keep the UV handy because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more pieces of this to go. But yeah, that onyx and wow, everything happening in there is just so freaking pretty. Let's go to the next one. We cut him a little thinner. We cut most everything pretty thick, but you know, you kind of gotta always see what it looks like. A little bit of both, right? Thick and thin. Yeah, we'll wet him too. I was gonna say, do we even need to? But yeah, we do. At least one side. Yeah. So I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna shade him out a little bit. Less green. Well, and it's thinner too, but that one piece was really popping. See a little bit of it. And like I say, I promised this rock was definitely not boring. Look what starts to happen. Yeah, and I might have a midwave light around here somewhere. I don't know where it's at. But there's some color in that one too, some green. And the onyx is even a little green at the top on that one. Is it opal? Common opal? It's beautiful. Beautiful. She just keeps going and going and going and going. How cool, you guys. Yeah, it did not disappoint. I was so glad we cut that. Wonder where my other light is. Oh, that's my flashlight. That's not better. That's so blurple. Yeah. I wondered for a second there if I saw some phosphorescence, but I don't think I do. It's just, it just couldn't be any more outrageous, could it? Like, here, let me show you my butthole. Yeah. How is that? Is that not fun or what? Soul, that was cute. No, really, why has the Easter Bunny never brought me Thunder eggs before? That's lame. Yeah, I love that piece. That turned out so cool. And then it decided it would scale it back just a little bit, and then the hole wouldn't need to be so humongous, right? Like it showed off enough, so now scale it back a little. That almost looks fuzzy in there. It feels a little fuzzy too. Ew, that's weird. That's super weird. Look at it is. It's like a little fuzzy in there. Look how fuzzy it is. Weird. Cool. Cool, Julie. Did we hit this one? Yeah, not as green. And then that was it. Like I say, it kind of started to scale its showy hole back a little bit. But yeah, here's the weird fingery end, and it's got a weird little fingery something happening inside. What a weirdo, huh? Hey, I see gifted memberships. Margaret, thank you. Let me ring the bell for you. Oh no, my light's flickery, but I just wanted to show how deep that pocket went and that you could see to the back of it. But the light is not good. Hey, but the bar light isn't as flashy, is it? Look at that weirdo, that little finger in there. What's it doing in there? Margaret, thank you. Ring the bell for Margaret. Thank you. Yeah, what in the weird little finger thing is going on in there? That's one weird butthole, you guys. I did not expect it to open up inside, period, end of discussion. And the first, I mean, I was darn impressed when I looked at the first few slices. I was like, holy shoot, that's so pretty. Like, I did not expect it to be so pretty. And then, you know, turning the pages like a book, I got into some of these holes, and I just started, I mean, I cackled out loud. I was like, look at it. Look what it's doing. What is it doing? Oh, I love it. I love it. What a goofy little thing, huh? That's a good idea, Margaret. Yeah, I did not expect it to open up. I definitely didn't expect there to be a little finger in there. Oh, so yeah, that was definitely a win in my book. Thank you, Brian and Julie. The bison and I were absolutely delighted to be cutting that here the other night. Absolutely. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was tickled to the core when I started screaming about the holes. Yay! You guys know how it goes. You guys know how it goes. Oh, I have a mystery rock. You guys want to talk about a mystery rock with me for a minute? And I might do a video about this so that you guys can see the crystals up close and under the under the microscope. The words. I got the words. I swear I do. Because there's parts of this that the crystals almost look like linear, like little needles, but even more so, let's see, there's this piece in here. They're quite linear and they're very gemmy down inside there. When you look through the microscope, they're super gemmy. Whoops, the green just completely washed out of the camera. I wonder why. It's green. Make it look green. I'd pop you guys in the microscope and have a look at it now, but it's kind of a pain in the ass to get you in there. And then once you are in there, video, you just don't get it quite as good a view as if I go take some still photos and post them. Then get a better view because I can do the zoom stuff. But yeah, what is this? You see how sparkly it is? I can hear my dog snoring. I had maybe a kind of reached a determination there. A green as green could be. What in the shoot is this? There's a green mineral that does things in limestone, that comes from limestone. I'm like, we don't like, and it's hydrothermal altered. Is that, I can't remember the name of it though. It might have started, gosh, I can't remember. Anyway, I had a guess. I'd done some research and had a guess as to what green sparkly crystal that might be in there. Gosh, if I turn it the wrong way, it does not look green. Yes, I did. And I changed the soul. I changed the screenshot to my soulful unboxing to the micro of the pudding of the fruitcake stone. Excuse me. I do plan on putting together a quick little photo reel, montage reel, even if it's just members only of some of that stuff. Because I also took pictures of the Mexican rhyolite that Brian and Julie sent me too. But yeah, what is in there? What is this? Anyway, it's very pretty under the microscope. These very green, gemmy crystals that live down in this crack. And some of this green, gemmy stuff up here too. It's very pretty under the microscope. But yeah, I don't remember what I thought. Like I say, narrowed it down there. I mean, there aren't very many green minerals out there, green rocks out there. So I had narrowed it down to just a few. And I was like, that kind of geologically makes sense for out here. But I can't remember what it was. That's a little weirdo though, huh? Epidote? No, it wasn't peridote or epidote or olivine. It was something different. I want to say that started with a V, but I don't know that that's right either. I'll have to, I have some screenshots and stuff, but if I go navigating around on my phone, I might screw the live up. So I'll have to, I'll post some close-up pictures in the Discord or make a little short video or something so we can get a really good look. And then I'll I'll also include the name of what I think it might be. You guys can do a little looking and decide if you agree or disagree, or if you have any other suggestions. Or I actually have a couple pieces of this. This is kind of like I say, the more gemmy bit of it is kind of like right in there, but like here's another one. Pretty green. Got a lot of that green crystal stuff. Is it chlorite? Is chlorite dangerous? That would be appropriate. Is it lethal? Then yes, I probably found it. No, I'm kidding. Don't lick rocks, kids. Yeah, I've actually found a couple of pieces of it. So I've thought maybe I'll put it in the shaker, clean it up a little bit, maybe include a couple pieces of that in a couple of the little giveaway bags or something. Is it, you know, precious or valuable anyway? Probably not, but is it kind of cool to look at? Yeah, it kind of is. Not Veracite, no. Maybe. I don't remember. But yes, Soul. This is amazing under the microscope. This was also very interesting under the microscope, but I still don't know what it is. Which doesn't matter to me. I mean, I still love it regardless if I know what it is or isn't. I love it. I think it's really cool. But yeah, I did. I had a peek ski at that too. Hey, Scott, welcome and hello. And everyone in the chat, I'm sure reciprocates your hello to chat as well. So, but yeah, some cool stuff, man. And then like we started with the Ohio Flint. Holy Flint. Is that stuff Flint and beautiful or what? And then we looked at the, you know, what the heck is going on with that meteorite? I do not understand. And we looked at some of the other meteorites and stuff that I do understand. How to peek ski at the new quartz conglomerate that we cut. How to peek ski at the fire agate, not fire agate. And yeah, so stuff coming up in the future. Like I say, we're going to do a little bit of meteorite polishing so that we can reveal what's on the other side of that. I also have some other just like, you know, rock videos and stuff coming out. Like I say, I may throw a little video out kind of touching on what is the green rock? What is in there? What is making it so green and sparkly? I don't know what it is, and I don't have to fully understand it, but if I can, that's great. You know, if I learned something along the way, that's wonderful. And then, like I say, just update on, I do have the Tektite and meteorite jewelry all in my possession right now. So not olivine. I don't think it's olivine. No, I don't. I mean, maybe, but again, what a cool debate we could have on Discord. You know, maybe again, we could all learn a little something. But yeah, I don't know what it is. It could be olivine. It could be chlorite. I really don't know. I don't know if it's olivine. Anyway, yeah, again, great open debate. I love that. Like, here's a mystery. Can we mystery ink it or can't we? And I'm all right with either answer. I'm all right with, here's some speculatory answers nobody really knows for sure, mystery inked, you know? So, but yeah, I think it's kind of cool. It's different. I don't find a lot of it out here, and it's kind of eye-catchy. It's like, wow, it is freaking sparkly, and it is dang green. What is going on there? Okay. See, we're learning. Daniel's reading right now. Daniel's reading. Somebody got a calendar they want to mark that. I'm kidding, Daniel. Shoot, and I left my coffee in the other room still, and I can't get enough of that damn coffee. Yeah, no, I mean, I learned a few things too, and so like I say, maybe I'll just post a quick picture and we can have a little open discussion, and you're, you know, invited to it. No right, no wrong answer. You know, just clues to get to the right answer somehow, right? Or not. I'm reading, Margaret, otherwise. I do a lot of reading too, especially about rocks. So, but yeah, that one's got me a little bluffed. I did, like I say, I did do quite a bit of research and kind of narrowed it down and was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense for my geology around here and things like that. So, I mean, I have an idea what it might be, but it doesn't mean I'm right. Doesn't mean I'm even close to right. But yeah, kind of a neat one. I kind of like that. I like things that make me say, what the heck? And wow, and ooh, and ah. Ooh, you're so pretty. Claim. I just put you in my pocket. And Julie, what's in your pocket today, Julie? Yeah, you got a good one? Oh, I could put one of these in my pocket and be a happy girl. Did you guys see that thing going around on Facebook about how a water otter has a little skin pouch where they keep a rock, and that some otters keep the same rock their entire life? And they're like, I think, you know, the otter might be the rock hound's spirit animal. I don't want to know what's in Julie's pocket. Oh, I often have an Ohio flint tumble in my pocket. See, Ma, I could totally happily put one there and that be like one of the only rocks I ever need in my pocket. Oh, I see the 17. Ma, I never did look at your thing even yet, but look, there it is. I see it. Like somebody dang wrote on it. It says L1 right now because it's bass backward. But I see it now. I did not see it before. I was like, I was looking at the bigger shapes. I was like, how do these bigger shapes make a 1 and a 7 in any way, shape, or form? Yep, I see it now. Yay! Crap 17, Rick. Oh, I do too, Margaret. I do too. In fact, my kids are getting a little bit about that age right now where I have to start to do the math to double check how old they are. Oh, otters are cute. There was actually this thing going around, again, viral thing going around up here in Montana last year. There were some otters that actually attacked some little girls who were floating a river, like viciously, like bit their faces and shit. Viciously attacked by otters. And I thought, I've been trying to tell you guys that everything in Montana wants to sting you, bite you, you know, yeah, like telling you. And they were like, seriously, there was an otter attack on 2 young girls. And I was like, oh my God, forget petting the bison. Forget poking the bear. Go swim with the otters. Welcome to Montana. It's always the cute ones you got to worry about. Exactly, chubby hubby. They're feisty, huh? Yeah, I guess. I mean, they're like, that's my chert nodule. Stay away. Don't you dare touch my rock. They're cute until they bite, kind of like kids. Oh, gosh. After that is the bugs and the animals and the cactuses and the, yeah, exactly. Everything out here wants to get you. Is trying to get you. Oh, we call them people here, says Daniel. Uh-huh. Oh, God. It's otter breeding season right now. It's probably breeding season for a lot of the critters right now as the world starts to warm up a little bit and the snow melts and stuff. But yeah. It's the poison oak there. See, okay, we got the worst thing we have for like stinging plants other than the cactuses here are the stinging nettles. And they're not terrible. And if you wear blue jeans and stuff, they don't bug you. You know, they're kind of a shorter plant, so it's not like they're brushing your arms and stuff. But yeah, poison ivy and poison oak and all that stuff, I'm kind of glad we don't do that here. We do have the stinging nettles though, but yeah. They don't bug me because I don't wear shorts. Why? Because everything here wants to sting you, bite you, burn you, scratch you. Oh my God, this coffee is so good. It's not even warm anymore and I just don't even care. I'm still just like, yes, that is good. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. She knew exactly what we needed for coffee and rock chat today, didn't she? Oh, goodness. So, yeah. Whew. And that's not even all the rocks we cut this last week. Those are just a couple that I'm most excited about. There were several others, big rocks that got cut, and several more that are headed for the chopper. So, yeah, lots of exciting stuff. And then, like I say, too, oh, seriously, you guys, some of this jewelry in here is super pretty. So we'll have to get that all straightened out. And then I need to, you know, do some math really quick and decide how much of a discount I can give you guys and still get Sue paid for her meteorites and her tektites and stuff. Brian needs coffee. He's having a nooner, huh? He's having a nap. Oh, man, and that was one of my favorite rocks that I ever capped. There's some good stuff in here. So, yeah, like I say, we just, if somebody wants to buy it still on Etsy or whatever, that's great. It's still listed up there. But I wanted to show you guys and give you guys kind of a special deal on it. So, here it is for another day. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. There's meteorites in there. There's chert in there. You guys... Birthday month is good. It was a good one. Thank you all who sent well wishes, who sent goodies, and I mean the goodies is definitely not necessary, but thank you to those who did. Chris Monk, Rocks on the Ground, hooked me up. Nerp. Like I say, that meteorite that he sent me for us to polish is the bee's knees. I'm excited about it. I still haven't told you guys the top secret thing that Chris has sent me, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to cliffhang you one more week. Why? Because I'm making a video about the thing that is really cool, but I can't tell you what it is. I can tell you that it's right here. I should be more specific. It's not even an it, it's they. There's some things that fit about in there that you guys I've wanted for a long time. I finally have, and I'm very excited to share with you guys. Coming soon. I'm sorry, Margaret. Even if I showed it to you, you'd be like, it's a what? So it needs a video. It's, oh my God. It's like the best of the best. You think everything, this was all great today. This was great. New meteorites, great big green glowing agates under the UV. Oh my God. I mean, even telling you guys, Soul's thing just about took the wind and the breath right out of me. I was so darn excited. But this that came from Chris Monk for my birthday honestly made my body go into completely uncontrollable contortions and completely erased all English language. Honestly, I don't know why the leg got involved, but it was like, why did my body do this? Oh, yeah. If you think you know, Ma, you should send me a message. If you're right, I'll tell you for sure. If not, I'll leave you hanging for just a couple more days until that video comes out. Oh God, why the leg? Why did the whole body was just like, blah. It was that good. It is that good. Is that good. Sorry guys, I hate to torture you like that. I really do, but it's worth it. It's worth waiting for the surprise. It's definitely worth it. It is exciting when the whole leg gets involved. Thanks, Soul. Soul's been a member for 9 months. Soul! Did you guys see that? Look, we had the big old bells that Joseph just made, and then Jennifer sent some more bells, like actual like sleigh bells. So now we're really jangle-anging. And then, like I see too, she sent me really pretty bells, and I put them on my front door because they're actually really pretty. White bells with a white lace on them. They're very pretty. So, oh my gosh. Yeah, just so much stuff to... My light is on. That's probably why the battery is dying. So much stuff to get into. Not only am I excited to share with you the mystery, but also, yeah, we're gonna polish that meteorite that Chris sent too. Topher and Sue just sent me some really cool stuff. Jennifer sent me some really cool stuff. I mean, you guys... It makes my heart so warm, like so warm. You guys are the best. And like I say, all of that stuff, it is super nice, but all of it cumulatively adds up. All of the likes, all of the comments, all of the watch hours, all of that stuff. It's nice to know that, you know, it's nice to be able to have an outlet to share. Be like, you guys, look what I cut. And like I say, even if nobody watched, I'd probably still be like, I just want an outlet to share. But because you guys do watch and interact, and we do build a little community and a rock fam, that's payment enough, is it not? I mean, honestly, I mean, really. That's the real gold that we find in this rock hounding community. That's the real treasure to be found, right? This is all treasure too. Don't get me wrong. Treasure enough even to get the leg going. Woo! But to see you guys here week after week, Daniel, Soul, Opal Guy, Julie, Lava, Ma, Jennifer, Chubby Hubby, I mean, the Betty, Rufo, Karen, the list goes on and on of you guys who are here all the time doing this adventure with me, and it's worth more than even that thing that just made my leg go wigging out, right? Like, it's just, it should make my leg wig out, but I try to contain myself. So, you guys really are the best. You guys are the treasure to be found here, but because you guys are generous and giving, and you do the things and the likes and the loves and all the community things, then that does help to keep perpetuating this and moving things forward for us all. So it's kind of a cool thing. It's a cool thing. I knew it would be cool when I started doing this. I just didn't know it would be this stinker cool, you guys. Yeah, thanks for hammering the hearts. I'm going to do it too, just because I can. There we go. Yes. And like I say, if you guys go over to Topher Spin Meteorites and get yourself a piece of NWA869. Let me see if I can find my gold basin really quick. I think Julie had said something about maybe grabbing a gold basin. Yep, right front and center here. Easy peasy even to find. I had said, you know, hey, another meteorite that there's a bunch of is gold basin. And it was found in Arizona. And I don't have a big piece, just 4.99 grams. You don't need a big piece. It's a big meteorite. It's got a big attitude. It's got beautiful. It's beautiful. It's absolutely freaking stunning. Here is gold basin. So on that last video, when I was telling you guys how to go get yourself some meteorites for less than a cup of coffee or less than a night out on town, and I said gold basin is another very beautiful meteorite and also very affordable. That is the big, the beautiful, the proud, the brilliant, that's gold basin. And the camera's not doing it any justice right now. It's so pretty. It's doing a little better. Yeah. It's an absolutely beautiful piece. Look at all the metal in that. Gold Basin's got just a bit more metal in it than the NWA 869 does. So there they are, kind of side by side. Gold Basin's just kind of a tougher looking meteorite. It's just a little tougher, a little stronger. Yeah, it's just meaner. NWA's like, I'm so pretty. I'm so pretty and dainty. And Gold Basin's like, yeah, I'm a thug. I'm a tough guy. He's like the biker with the blue eyes, you know, the beard and the blue eyes. You're like, he looks rough and tough, but seriously inside he's super sweet, and he'd give you the shirt off his back. That's my interpretation of Gold Basin. Like, it's an absolutely stunning meteorite, even if it tries to just be like so tough. Oh, so pretty. So stinking pretty. Seriously, that's a beautiful meteorite. Anyway, yeah, my Gold Basin. Look at, it was a tragedy of the spray paint can. But it only got that one side. The other side's fine. So just turn the case around. Display it the other way. But yeah, I had mentioned, you know, hey, well, the Gold Basin's really affordable as well. Mother with attitude. And then I said, you know, maybe we'll have a peek at it here in the near future. But yeah, let's just look at it now so you guys know. Like, go get some before it's gone. Oh, it probably is. Probably not going to be gone anytime soon. There's quite a bit of it. But get some. It's cheaper than running through the drive-thru right now, which is a lot more expensive nowadays than it was just a handful of years ago. $20 ain't $20 like it used to. But if you know, like I say, ugly meteorites, that's a real thing. DSM, dog crap meteorite. There is such a thing as an ugly meteorite. Again, DSM is not a real or scientific term. It is something that we've made up and loosely throw around for ugly meteorites. Ugly weathered terrestrialized meteorites. We call them DSMs. Dog crap meteorites. So there is a, what's the one that I gave you guys? It would probably just be an unclassified NWA. Much like the, you know, these ones that I got. We don't need a label. We know they're meteorites, and they don't necessarily need to be classified either. You can tell it's a meteorite. You can tell it's an ordinary chondrite. So some of that stuff, you know, like, again, it's not classified, but I would put my IMCA number and say that that is definitely real. Is Campo de Cielo actually a meteorite? I picked up a few pieces of it. Yes, it is. What you probably don't know when you're buying Campo crystals, as they're sometimes referred to in the meteorite community, is that Campo is an iron meteorite, solid metal, okay? And a lot of times to get it into those smaller pieces that you're buying, or what we call the Campo crystals, they'll put it in a bigger piece, like let's just say we've got a baseball size piece or whatever, grapefruit size piece maybe. They'll put it in liquid nitrogen and freeze the shit out of it. And then they take it out and whack it with a hammer, and it shatters into pieces. Now we can sell you a piece of Campo, you know, for a couple of bucks rather than this baseball sized chunk for a couple $100, right? So what a lot of people don't know when they're buying Campo pieces, smaller pieces of Campo, is that it's probably not naturally fractured like that. That piece has probably been made by man to be smaller by freezing and fracturing. So therefore now it's a Campo crystal rather than, and it's not a crystal, it's a piece of metal, right? But That's the term for Campo crystals when they've been smashed into small enough pieces to be sold as little individuals on the market. Some of them are legit little whole pieces of Campo that were found just the way they are, but the majority of it out on the market has been frozen broke. Still a legitimate meteorite, nothing wrong with that, but just a lot of people don't know that that's how those little Campo crystals that there's so many of them, that's a lot of them were brought to market in that way. Again, nothing wrong with that. Just, yes, they are real meteorites. Yes, they are. Just a lot of times they were made to, in smaller, more digestible bits, a little more pocketbook friendly if they can make them a little smaller. So oftentimes they do. But yeah, I'd put my IMCA number on an unclassified NWA that I send to you. I guarantee it's a real meteorite, even if it's not been classified. Campo crystals. Doing the things and then shaking the bells. I want some. My wife says it should not have been shared with me. Rob. Welcome. But it's affordable, Rob. It really is. It really is. These are affordable meteorites. These are affordable meteorites. Like less than a cup of coffee. And like, yeah, thanks, Jahek, for making me bell, for letting me bell. I love it. So, I mean, why not? Can I afford everything in the meteorite community? Heck no. And trust me, I've got an eye for stuff that's expensive. Like really expensive. So do I get everything that I want? No, I don't. But the moral of the whole rant here was knowing that 869 is a pretty meteorite. Knowing that Gold Basin, where'd I put it? It's here somewhere. Knowing that Gold Basin is a pretty meteorite. There it is. Knowing what you're looking at and knowing that Gold Basin and NWA are not DSMs. They are not dog crap meteorites. They are very pretty. Knowing that these are pretty and affordable is kind of the key to making that step into buying an affordable pretty meteorite, right? Because you can buy cheap meteorites that look cheap. But that's not what I'm suggesting here. Yes, dog crap meteorites, DCMs, yeah, DSM, DCM, you got it, Margaret. There is such a thing, and that's not what I'm suggesting here. I'm not saying, hey guys, go check out Topher and Sue's inventory of DSMs. I'm saying, seriously, 869, you can have one for $5 or less. You can have one for $20 or less, and it's going to be a beautiful piece. They are like the Brazilian agates of the meteorite world. They're affordable and beautiful. Exactly, ma. Yep, that's that. Yeah. I mean, definitely, there's really expensive stuff out there that I'd still like to add to my collection all the time, always. And sometimes I can settle, and sometimes I'm lucky enough that I can get just a piece that's just big enough to represent it in my collection, which is all a girl needs, especially when I don't have a lot of room to store dinner plate size slices of meteorites or anything like that, right? I don't have the room for that. So just a piece that I can get underneath my microscope or even hold in my hand and look satisfies that itch for me a lot of times, right? And if you can do that, I started here. I started with an unclassified ordinary chondrite and moved right into like some 869 and stuff. That's a great place to start. And again, for less than a cup of coffee. So I wouldn't suggest you guys go, I wouldn't say, hey, it's a beautiful meteorite and it's affordable. I would tell you straight up, it's a dog crap meteorite, but hey, it's super cheap. I'm telling you straight up, these are two options, just two. And the more you know, I'll share more of that with you guys. If I come across something, I'm like, hey, you guys are looking for affordable irons? Guess what? I found one. Is it the most beautiful iron in the world? Well, maybe not, but guess what? It's pretty enough that I thought, I'll share that kind of stuff with you guys. I'm not going to keep, I can't have all of the 869. So I'll share my dealer with you guys. I can't have all of the Gold Basin. So I'll share my dealer with you guys. Yes, night shift does mess with your system. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And yeah, it was kind of messing with my system even just a little bit. Like I said, I was so afraid I was going to sleep through the electrician that I didn't sleep very much at all. I was like awake every 10 minutes. What time is it? 6 o'clock finally. What time is it? 6:10? What time is it? 6:30. What time is it? I just didn't sleep very good, so... Yeah, I do have 2 sweatshirts on and a t-shirt and sometimes even a tank top, but it's warm enough today to nix the tank top. Yes, I do have 2 sweaters on. Yeah, it's solid ice out the back door. When the electrician was here this morning, I was like, how was your ride? How was your drive? And he was like, oh, it wasn't bad until I got right up to town. And I was like, I actually knew that. Because Lava Bison lives, just 7 miles south of me. And he was dry as a bone. His porch was dry as a bone. And I was like, no way. Because look at mine. It's solid ice. There, it's moving a little. But only because it's dripping off the roof right there. You get out here. It's like a skating rink. And when me and the electrician went down the stairs to go to the garage where the electric stuff is at, I was holding the rail like, please don't let me slip when I came up. And then when we went back down, you could see where his foot hit the bottom. He about ate crap. And I was like, please don't fall. Please, I understand it's solid ice out here. Please be careful. So yeah, it's a little bit chilly. It's sloppy snow where Soul is at. Yeah, we usually get a couple of these spring storms that are pretty heavy, icky snow and like to bend the branches on the trees and be kind of brutal to nature. Oh, I just walked past the case and it's wide open. I'm like, look at all my pretty meteorites, you guys. And the case needs help in such a bad way. Everything needs put back together. Guys want to see my very first meteorite? Well, the very first one I bought was from Trek's Gem and Mineral shop over in Shoto. And there's supposed to be 2 of them in there, but I've honestly misplaced one of them. But that was just kind of a little whim thing. I always go over there every May to go shedhorn hunting and camping, and it's a kind of a family tradition thing, right? And I always stop in the Trek's Gem and Agate shop and usually buy some agates, agate jewelry. He had a little bowl full of NWA that one year though, and I bought some, but this was one of my very first meteorites that I ever bought. It's an unclassified ordinary chondrite. I absolutely fell in love with it. Thank you, Daniel, for stopping by. I think it was a live auction, a live sale that Topher was doing. And I think he said something like, look, it's even self-displays or whatever he said. And I was like, I can't not. So I think he wanted, let's see if I can even see the card. It's 32 grams. I think I paid $30 for it. And I bought it just because I thought it was pretty. That's the only reason. I was like, I want a space wire, I want a space rock, and that one is pretty. So, again, there's nothing wrong with buying them just because they're pretty. Some of them are darn pretty. And then again, some of them are really not. But yeah, knowing the keys, the little secret codes, the cheat codes, the keys that fit into the locks, knowing that there is so much NWA 869 that it's so affordable, but also it's a very pretty meteorite. Knowing that Gold Basin is pretty and affordable, those are the key combinations that, if you want to be happy with one of your purchases and that's what you're shooting for. If you're shooting for scientific significance, then NWA is about the most boring thing that you could ever look at because there's so much of it. Everybody's got a piece and there's nothing really left to learn. We've learned everything we've poked and prodded it, right? You want something that's scientifically significant, you're going to probably pay a lot more money for it. Like if you want some, like winch comb or something, that some carbonaceous, you're going to pay out the earth for it. And it probably isn't even going to be very pretty. But if it's scientifically significant, like let's say it's, Murchison has more amino acids in it than the human body. Is Murchison a pretty meteorite? No. But how many other meteorites can you say that about? Not very many. So sometimes you'll take that trade-off. You want something pretty and affordable, but sometimes you also want something with some historical value or a story behind it, or, what it fell in Montana. I want a Montana meteorite. That kind of stuff. So there's lots of different keys that unlock lots of different locks, right? And knowing those keys and knowing those lock combinations are what are going to make you spend your dollars wisely and be a successful meteorite collector. So I'm trying to share that with you guys in much less words than I just did. Yeah, trying to get you guys just how do you start? What's that first, peek into things, and without having to read the entire book, how do I know where to start? Like what, you got to learn to read the letters before you can even learn to read the words, before you can even learn to read the sentences, before you can even learn to read the paragraphs, before you can even learn to read the pages or the chapters or the book, right? So, yeah, I'm more than willing to skip ahead a little bit and share with you guys what chapter 9 says, without you having to understand all of chapters 1 and 2. What is a chondrule? You know what? For simplicity's sake, it's the little round bits that are inside of meteorites, It's those pretty little round things that sometimes look like stained glass windows. Not so much in NWA 869 or in Gold Basin, but they're still very pretty. So, yeah, what is it you're looking for? And what's the lowest dollar amount or the highest dollar amount you can achieve and get that thing, So trying to kind of not make it too much science for you guys, but also, look, here's something pretty you can have for less than a cup of coffee, less than a trip through the drive-through, Some of our earth rocks aren't even that affordable. I've seen some, I'm not downplaying our earth rocks because some of them are worth that and more, but I've seen some, things, agates, dino bones, corals, gems, and, things that go for far, far, far more than NWA 869 or Gold Basin do. And they're not even from out of this world. So, yeah, sharing some of those little tips and tricks with you guys as we go. And like I say, not trying to shove chapter 9 at you without fully digesting chapters 1 and 2, but hopefully we can kind of get there. And like I say, for the sake of just understanding, we'll kind of blow past some of the science. What is LL3? That's another thing I have not addressed. And when you're reading these labels, this one says L4. You don't really need to know what L4 chondrite stands for. Chondrite's important. It's a chondrite because that's one of the 3 main types, right? It's an iron, it's a palisite, or it's a chondrite, or they like to say iron stony. This is the stony one. This is the chondrite one. So do you need to know what L4 stands for? Not necessarily. We can get into that at a later date, or like I told Chubby Hubby, go ahead and join the meteorite meetings. And you guys are always welcome. Always welcome to join our meteorite meetings on Zoom on Wednesday nights. The information, do Saturn agates have rings inside of band? You're funny. Yeah, the information for the meteorite meetings is on Topher Spin. It might be on the YouTube. It's definitely on the Facebook. You know, you get like a 9-digit number or whatever, and then the password's Topher Spin. You guys are always welcome to join us if you'd like to learn more, or even just lurk, snoop around in the background and see what it is we talk about that, you know, isn't edited. And I highly suggest that if you do come to a meeting, that you maybe join a little bit of the pregame so you can hear people talk about stuff. Then we're going to do the scripted meteorite hangout, the part that gets recorded and the part that you have to mute your mic for and all of that stuff. And then we have an after hours hangout. And that's when all of the learning is like happening, when we're like, let me see that under your microscope and, you know, that kind of stuff. So I highly suggest that if you do come to a meeting, you hang out. Maybe not so much, you know what? Maybe not so much for the recorded part, but the after hours part is when there's no such thing as a dumb question. You can ask your questions. You can say out loud that that's blowing your mind. You can say out loud that you don't get it, you know, all of that stuff. And it's not recorded and nobody cares. So yeah, thank you, Rufo, for your lurking. Cheers. Thanks everybody today, whether you were lurking or here having jokes and laughs with us all. One more little swig here. That was amazing. I'm going to go make another pot. I just got like out. So yeah, tons of stuff. Like I say, always fun. Lots of stuff coming and going and coming. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been kind of a video making animal lately. Rawr. I've been just tearing it up lately. So, and with good reason, because I'm really excited to show you this, and I'm really excited to do that, and I just can't do it all at once. So I'm like, you know, if I don't put that video out, I can't ever get to this video. And I want to get to this video. So yeah, stay tuned. Lots of cool stuff happening and coming and happening. And yeah, like I say, I might put a picture in an open discussion maybe on the Discord about this later. And coming up soon, we're going to have a look at some of this meteorite and impactite jewelry that I made. And you guys can, I mean, you can't see it in there, but it's so pretty. There's some pretty stuff in there. So stay tuned. That's coming up soon too, where we'll have a little hangout where we just do a little look. And if you guys want to jump on any of that, you're welcome to. We'll have a little look. Like I say, I got to go through though. I've got everything priced for Etsy, and I don't want you guys to pay Etsy prices. So let me go through it and have a think about it and decide, you know, what I can shave off and still be able to get Sue her payment for her meteorites and tektites that I've wire wrapped. I still need to make a little bit of a profit too, but you know, I just basically want my wires and my chains and stuff covered is all. So I'll be able to slash prices for you guys. But in the meantime, it's time to go build a new brew. And yes, it's chilly outside. 2 sweaters, nothing better to do but stay inside and cut rocks and, you know, polish stuff and yeah, make videos, curl up with a hot cup of coffee, edit a video. I'm sorry. I should not get as excited about that as I do. But I am excited to share this stuff with you guys. So it's like, yeah, buddy. I'm excited to get her done. So yeah, we managed to get today's hangout done, even though I was less than prepared. It went just fine. And yeah, we'll do some electric stuff on Monday. We hope. He was hoping that he had all the parts that he needed back at the shop. Again, there's no electric shop here in town. Everything is 35, 45 miles away from here. So he was like, I'll have a look around the shop, and if I have everything I need, I'll come back on Monday and do it. So I don't think that That's all, folks. I don't think that that will interfere with next week's show, but what if he doesn't have the parts to do it on Monday and he wants to do it on Wednesday instead? You just never know. So, just a heads up. It did kind of mess with my schedule this morning, and it could possibly next week. I mean, likely not, but if it does, don't be really surprised because we've got that rock rolling. We got the rock rolling to get the electricity fixed down here before we burn the house down. So it's actually really, really bad too. Like he showed me some stuff today that kind of made me cringe. For starters, and I know this is, again, really off topic and no one gives a crap. But for starters, let's just use this, for example. Here's the roof of my garage. Your power is required by law to stick 3 feet up off the roof before it leaves that and goes to the power pole, to the actual line. Yeah, never mind that. Mine's hooked directly to the roof of the garage. There is no 3 feet up in the air. Mine is connected exactly to the garage, and all of the insulation has worn off the wire, and it's scratching and rubbing up against the stucco on the house. And it's because the insulation is all wore off. It's actually getting hot. It's actually leaving a burnt black stainy mark on the stucco of the house. Like, it's probably a good thing my house is stucco, or it probably would have already burned down. Yeah, no mast. Is that what that's called? No mast. So that's just step one coming into the house. And by the way, no insulation on the wire going to the no mast either. It's all crumbled and gone. So it's just raw, bare wire out there rubbing up against my garage. That's just one from wire to house. From house to box, it's okay, but it needs updated. From box to house, again, needs even more updating. And there's a ground wire that ain't quite right in there somewhere too. And so that's probably why we've been tripping their meter. But anyway, it all needs redone. It looks like absolute chaos, and it looks absolutely overwhelming to me. But the electric guy walked in and was like, yeah, it's no big deal. We probably have all this straightened out, fixed up, straightened out in probably, 4 hours or so. I was like, yay! Oh, God bless your heart. I did not expect that. Oh, I thought it was going to be so much worse than that. Ew, sprockets, sockets, zingers, wingers, dingers, lines in, lines out. I have no idea what the hell's going on out there. So I'm glad I could pay a professional. Oh, God. Gosh. Like, really, come have a seat and let me tell you about my meteorites, and you'll know exactly how I feel when you're talking to me about sprockets and sockets. I don't get it. So I do get some of it. I understand. And thank God, we're going to get that straightened out. So, but yeah. Oh, I'm glad it doesn't look that bad to you and that you're willing to take care of it, because it looks like a damn disaster to me, and I don't understand what's coming and going, and thank God. Thank God. So, yeah. So just a heads up, we got that rock rolling. I know most people would say got the ball rolling, but I'm not most people, and neither are you. So we got the rock rolling, and we're going to get that taken. Freaking hi there. And yes, congratulations to Rufo on 2K. I'm going to ring the bell for Rufo. I love it. Congratulations, you guys. Oh, goodness. So yeah, we'll see how that affects the rest of my week. It might put a little bit of a dent in my animalistic video production that I've been doing. I kind of put a little bit of brakes on some of that stuff, but it's all right. We'll get by just fine. But yeah, hopefully we'll get that done on Monday. Hopefully he's got the parts at the shop to do it on Monday. Otherwise, who knows? Wednesday might be the next best day to do it. So just a heads up. We got a rock rolling over here to get the power fixed, and it hopefully won't interfere with our schedule any, but it might. Electricity makes the rocks roll so lovely. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna go build another brew, you guys, and do some filming, some editing, whatever kind of things I can do to just ignore what's happening outside. Because it's solid damn ice out there, and it's, combination of blowing and snowing, and then just blowing, and then just snowing, and then blowing and snowing. So, yeah, I'm just gonna hide out with a hug of warm mug in my 2 sweaters and turn up some nice music and get into some stuff. I got a couple hours before my meteorite meeting this afternoon to just do stuff for me. So I'm excited to do that. Thank you, Ryan. You as well. Have a great afternoon. And yeah, I'll poke around back on the YouTubes when the meteorite meeting gets over and see if there's an Al or a Kyle or a AZ, or I know there'll be stuff to watch, but I'll check first and see if anyone's doing any live stuff. And if not, then I'll poke on over and check out what AZ did while I was in my meeting. And I'm pretty sure Jeff's got stuff I haven't seen yet. Soul did one the other day that I haven't watched. I started watching it and I had to go cook dinner. So yeah, I'm gonna finish watching Soul's video here too very soon. So Ryan too, holy cow, the cabin stuff that Ryan's been doing has been really pretty. Rufo too, his little samples, I like that. And some of that stuff that he picked up at the estate sale was like, woo, treasures. Again, there just is not quite an estate sale that you can go to and pick out rock fams. So I'm glad that this brings all of us into one place. I will not do that, Soul. No. Sorry. I want to have a good look at everything. Yes, Rufo. In and out down to the flowers, right? Right? Isn't that impressive when someone's just like that, well, for lack of a better word, rooted into their environment? See, and I always feel like that when I'm here. I'm like, I do know a lot of the plants and a lot of the bugs and the animals, and I'm super comfortable in my environment here, but I go to the ocean and I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me, can you touch this? Is this okay? Is it going to sting me or bite me, or is this thing safe? Can I touch this? I have no idea. I'm completely out of my element in some other places. And I'm just like, should you touch that? So yeah, it is very amazing when somebody is that rooted, that submersed in their nature, if you will. Yeah, that's quite a cool thing. That's kind of like walking through Roger's rock shop with Roger. He's man in his element, and he can tell you down to the the very thing. Oh, Kiersey, thanks for joining us, and yeah, have a great future sleep in the future from the rest of us. Yeah, so yeah, I could get up to all kinds of stuff today. I've got cabbing work to do. Like I say, I want to do a couple of those meteorites on the cabber. I just did that fordite piece, but I'd like to take it down a little farther. And I've got a couple more pieces of the fordite that I'd like to do. There's a never ending. If there were 5 more of me, I could keep 5 more of me busy all day, every day for probably a year straight before I was like, so now what are we going to do? I still have packages, by the way, that, like never get sent out. Like, and then I feel like, I'm like, remember like 6 months ago when I said I'd send you that? I was serious. Yeah, that's okay though. But yeah, anyway, we did the things today and it was a lot of fun. Oh my God, Jennifer Ship sent me just, from a new brew all the way down to beautiful rocks to be tumbling. New meteorites, I think we all do, but I think honestly it's a sentiment thing. The reason I don't send it out immediately is because I'm not done with it. It's not ready yet, like I feel like there is, I actually have one for Rufo over there, and I sent Karen's package and then was pissed at myself. I was like, crap, I've got a piece of that fancy agate with all the shapes in it, and I meant to cut. I've got a piece for Karen and Rufo to chop in half, send half to Karen and half to Rufo. Well, I still have Rufo's package, and I still haven't cut the damn thing in half and put it in. That's what's holding me up. But I did send Karen's and then was like, dang it, I did not get that into her package. So, but there can always be another package, right? So probably time to scoot ski a couple of those down the road. And there's one in there too for Lisa Largent. And is there a better time to send one to Lisa? You know, I mean, I should get that out. She could probably really enjoy a little surprise right now. So I think we all are. And like I say, Rufo, I think it's a sentimental thing. It's like, if I didn't care, I would put your rocks in a bag and I'd mail them to you if I didn't care. But I care so much that the job is never perfect enough. It's never done enough. It's never quite right enough to get it out the door until it is. I work really good under pressure too. If there was some kind of timeline or deadline, then I'd probably get it done. But I joined Procrastination Anonymous. I'll go to one of those meetings one of these days. And on that note, oh, I love it. Thank you, guys. That put a smile on my face. Hopefully it put one on yours too. Oh, and those 2 or 3 pieces turn into 15 or 20. Yeah, you got it, soul. Exactly. It's okay though. It's okay. That, and I want to do a, like I say, kind of like a monthly or a bi-monthly or some kind of, little surprise where we just grab a couple of random stuff, like a head cheese rock and a quartz conglomerate rock, a couple of things, and put together a little package, and then, like I say, do some kind of a random drawing or something. That way it's not always all piling up on my desk and in the rock box, and the way we kind of and it's not quite such a kick in the ass as here's a sale, so you're gonna do today's the sale. Hi, Wild. We had a heart with a heart rock earlier today, Wild. It's not quite so rough on a gal. It's like, you'll do your sale this afternoon and spend the next 2 or 3 days packing, shipping, and invoicing everybody. If I do just a little package here and there, little freebie goodies here and there. There it is. There's the heart rock. I want to show it to Wild. Then it's not quite as, for one person. Right there. It's a cute little roundy chubby heart. Little roundy guy. Yeah, just sneaking in there, Wild. We're just getting ready to call her a day here. Yeah. Oh. Soul, I will keep that in mind. I will keep you in mind. And you like the white one. Yeah, got it. Definitely got it. And then, I know Wild's had her eye on a couple of things too, so there's a little, wild pile started. A wild pile. That kind of sounds cool. I kind of like that. There's a wild pile started over there too. So, yeah. Yeah, if only I could just, solely dedicate that one coffee drinking, 2 hoodie wearing video editing person to do video editing all day, and then strap on the old plastic apron and do some flat lapping with another individual Allison one day, and then, by the way, could you go ahead and go do some cutting too, 3rd Allison, and then 4th Allison, would you go make some more coffee and cook the dinner for the kids tonight? If only I could multiplicity myself, then, stuff like that might not sit there quite so long. But I can only divide myself so many directions for so long, for so many hours in a day. So, But yeah, it's my weekend. The hours and the days don't even matter right now. I'm so happy. Yay. So anyway, yeah, I want to go build a brew, fill my cup up, and hug a warm mug and carry on. And like I say, I'll check everything this evening when I get done with the meteorite meeting. I got to get in there tonight too, because it's killing me. What is going on with that meteorite? What is that big line around that meteorite? I don't understand it. Can't wait to pick their brains a little. No, thank you, Scott, for pulling up a chair and hanging out in a comfy place, hopefully, and watching the show and joining the adventures with us. Appreciate you. We appreciate you and Wild and Soul and Rufo and Chubby Hubby and everybody. Everybody. I didn't quite see everybody here today, but I bet you there's a few that are lurking that are here and just have their hands in saw oil or flat lap water or, you know, just can't chat. That's usually me when it's somebody else's channel. I'm like, I'll say hi for a minute and then I'll go start the rock saw again. And then I'm like, I see stuff going by and I'm like, can I type with my elbow? No, I can't. So I'll just have to let it go. Come back in to drop a little heart because I can touch the heart with my pinky and not get oil all over the phone. Heart send. There, they know I'm here still. Oh, Soul, I'm so glad you're here too. And like I say, you guys are great. Squirrel, thank you. I'm glad you lurked for a while. And yeah, be safe. It was not nice last night, and it got even worse today for you guys down there in the Tornadoville. So please hold on tight. I'm sorry that I couldn't keep my wind in my backyard. It got drunk and I found it in your yard. I apologize for that. I'll come down and get it rounded up here real soon, okay? Hopefully before it blows you guys away. Hey, Allison, did you know that your wind is in my yard? Come get it. So, yeah, I do apologize to those of you who are down there right now doing the big circle wind thing, because that's no good. And yeah, hang tight, guys, and wishing the best for everybody. And yeah. Big hugs to everybody else around out in there too, Wild. Yes, thank you. You guys are the best rock fam a girl could ever ask for. And I do honestly, truly mean that. So, like I say, I would do this with or without you guys, but it's so much cooler to do it with you. So I'm glad. But yeah, I'm going to go do some stuff, you guys too, and we'll catch up again very, very soon. Whether it be on the Discord or another channel or here, there, and everywhere. I apologize to those who I miss out on Wednesday evenings, but yeah, it's Meteorite Fam night on Wednesday nights and Rock Fam every other night of the week. So we'll check you guys again soon. Don't blow away. Nice weather is just around the corner. Hang on, we can do it. We're so close. Thank you guys, and we'll see you all again very soon. And remember, in a world where you can choose to be anything, choose to be kind of a rock hound. Pretty rocks out on the prairie, pretty rocks are everywhere, pretty rocks for us to look at, pretty rocks are everywhere. There's a pink one, and a green one, and a blue one, and a yellow one, and they all are very pretty, and they all are everywhere. Thanks, guys. We'll see you again soon. Boop. Boopity boop. Be kind. Boop.